This video will be for the first half of the review. If you're looking for the questions on the second half of the review, you can open up the other video. The first one, we're going to use the formula 2 pi radius times height plus 2 pi radius squared. In the problem, we're going to use the radius of 4 and the height of 11. When you put these into the problem, that'll be 2 pi times 4 times the height of 11 plus 2 pi 4 squared. When I type this into my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and put everything in, but if it's better for you to just do parts, I could do this part first. So 2 times 4 times 11 is 88. So this first part is 88 pi plus 2 times 16 is 32 pi. Add those together, 120 pi. For the sphere, this is the second level 1 question. The sphere is 4 pi radius squared. 4 pi, and then we'll multiply that times 12 squared. 4 times 144, sorry. 4 times 144, or 12 squared, is 576 pi. So that part just comes right down to the answer. We don't put that in the calculator. So that right there will get you to a level 1. Okay, sliding down to questions 3 and 4. Question 3 is not necessarily a level 2 question. However, we do want to just go over the formula for pyramids. So the formula for pyramids, we'll use this again on the backside when you see a level 2 question on the backside. But the formula here is 1/2 perimeter slant height plus the area of the base. If it helps, where you put B, instead of writing B, you can go ahead and just write the area of the base. So you could write instead 1/2 perimeter slant height plus little b times little h. Okay, so we've got 1/2. My perimeter is 18 times 4. And then my slant height is this 15 on the side. Plus my square at the base will be an 18 times 18 square. 18 times 18 is 324. 1/2 18 times 4 times 15, it's 540. And then if I add those together, 864. Okay. The hexagon prism on the right, number 4, is going to have a different formula because it has 2 bases. So it's going to be the perimeter of the base times capital H height plus the area of 2 bases. Okay, so you want to go ahead and switch out your formula for base. So we can go perimeter, capital H, plus 2, and then we'll switch out this formula for 1/2 apothem perimeter. Or you can do 1/2 the side length times the apothem times the number of sides. So perimeter of the base is going to be 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. So that's 10 times 6 because it's a hexagon. So you can put 60 or you can put 10 times 6 for perimeter. My height is 14. Plus 2, and then we'll go ahead and put in my hexagon information. So the hexagon is going to be 1/2 the apothem, which I haven't found yet, times, so we'll leave a space for that apothem, times the perimeter, and the perimeter we already found that to be 10 times 6 or 60. So now we need to find the apothem. So if we take this one triangle in your hexagon and bring it out so we can make it a little bit bigger, we're going to break it in half, use 5 instead of 10, and because it's a hexagon, we can label our apothem as 5 radical 3. Or if you would prefer to use sine, cosine, and tangent, this is going to be a 30 degrees up top, and it would be set up as tan 30 is equal to opposite over apothem. That ends up being 8.66 for your apothem if you use trig, or you can put in 5 radical 3. That number is going to go right in here. Again, in this portion here, you could also do 5 times 5 radical 3 times 6 for the hexagon. So the first part, $60 times 14, 840, plus, we'll go ahead and put this part, including the 2, into the calculator. Is 519.62, and then add that to the 840. Final answer, 1359.62, if you keep that radical all the way to the end. Okay, we'll go down to the last 2 problems on the front side. Again, keeping with the, just trying to get the first ideas out there. This is the last formula, number 5. So this will give you every formula you could possibly need on the assessment. Pi times radius times slant height plus pi times radius squared. Now remember that slant height is on the side of the triangle, it's not up the middle. So we actually don't need the height here, we just need the slant height. My radius is 4, and with this 60 degrees, because this is a 30, 60, 90 right triangle, I know that my slant height is actually 8. Okay, with my special right triangle. If my short side is 4, then my hypotenuse is 2 times 4, which is 8. But if you needed to, you could do a cosine. So cosine 60 is equal 4 over the slant height. And you would end up to get that the slant height is 8. Put that into my formula. Pi times 4 for radius times 8 for slant height plus pi times 4 squared. It does say to round to 2 decimal places here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the pi's into my calculator. If you left the pi's out of your calculator, it would be 48 pi would be the answer in terms of pi. But if you type 48 times the pi, or you put the pi's in the calculator as you're typing in the other numbers, you end up with 150.80. Okay, last one on the front side. And this is a prism, it's not a pyramid, so we're going to go back to the formula that's right above for number 4. Perimeter of the base times the height plus 2 base areas. The triangle here is our base. So when we talk about capital H height, that's going to be this number 12. So the perimeter, again, is the perimeter of the base, and it's going to be 8 and 8 and 8. So 8 times 4, that's going to be my perimeter. Sorry, times 3. And then my height we already have labeled as 12. Plus 2 base areas. Now this base area is going to be 1/2 base height because it's a triangle. So we need to find this height, little h, using the 4, h, and 8 with the Pythagorean theorem, or noticing that it's a special right triangle, so it's going to be 4 radical 3. So if you use Pythagorean theorem, you get 6.93, or you can use 4 radical 3. So inside of here, it's half the base length of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So 8 times 3 times 12 is 288. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 and the 1/2 in there. 55.43. Add that to the 288. And our final answer, 343.43.